Today is September 17th. The Yankees win 3 more games, and they've clinched themselves a spot in the postseason. Off day yesterday, so we're rejuvenated. Let's talk Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talking Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. BBD producing in the corner. We've got Sharp Stats. We've got Boone. We've got Yankees baseball. 12 games left to go in the season. 3 up in the division. Jake, how you doing?
Jimmy, Davis, everyone tuning in. Doing well, man. Mid-September, we've got one of our blitzball battles this week. West Coast trip, I feel like we had so much going on here this week that we haven't mentally acknowledged that's just like, it's going to be one of those weirdo weeks. There's going to be a grind. Something's going to happen. No Ruco, right? K's going on a West Coast trip.
Yeah, he's going to Seattle.
Yeah. And normally Judge hits in Seattle, so that's exciting.
Is this the last time ever in the Coliseum?
Yeah. Maybe that's why Kaster took that on. So
maybe.
Yeah,
that's where I first met him in person.
A little excited. Remember that. I was there. That's where I first met him in person. Judge in Seattle, that's one of his favorite places to hit. Andy just got out of his homerless streak, so that should be exciting. Tonight's pitcher only throws fastballs, so that's a homer.
That's one.
Just got to get the barrel to it.
That's a homer. Did you tell the people about SeatGeek?
SeatGeek, it's not what you are, it's what you are. That's another slogan. SeatGeek, 15% off.
They got rid of that slogan.
Right away. Please don't say.
Know what I think that SeatGeek thing was? That was one of those, it's like different ads work in different parts of the world.
Yeah, that was Lithuania's.
Yes. That's huge for SeatGeek. You want to see something in Central Lith.
Yes. Over here, it's just
Yanks 15. Yanks 15.
15% off.
That usually works here.
9:40 start tonight.
Yeah.
Obviously.
What do you normally do?
9:40 on Prime tomorrow.
No, because we got early mornings. I'll be sleeping.
SeatGeek.
I'll be watching these games on the... That stinks. All right, thanks, SeatGeek.
Yanks 15. Download the app. Click the link. Bada bang, bada boom.
They tell you how good the seat is.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, 9:40 start.
Yeah.
I actually have been sleeping terrible because I can't fall asleep. I've been desperately trying to, so...
Maybe this will help.
No, it'll stimulate me too much.
It'll stimulate you too much.
Damn. All right, I'm over it. I'm not. I'm bummed out. I'm going to block it from my brain.
Blocked. But right at the forefront.
Yeah. What do you want to ask Boone today?
It's a good question. We want to ask, or I'm interested, well, we're back at some rotation stuff because we never got some answers on that, so I hope he gives us enough to chew on there. And then, I've got some pinch hitting questions where it's like, okay, one of Verdugo or Dominguez is not starting, so those guys should be practicing pinch hitting. Like, that's a skill that both of those should be prepared to do. I'd like to bring Oswaldo into the mix for that, but I don't think that's going to happen. I was going to add Giancarlo, but, Giancarlo has to start every playoff game, right?
Yeah, you would think so.
It would have to be...
Unless, Dominguez and Verdugo were red hot and
It'd have to be crazy splits. It'd have to be a pitcher that gives up, 800 OPS to lefties and 500 to righties.
I just Googled MLB playoff picture right now.
Okay.
I like Googling this.
There was some good chatter in the office today. I heard Dan Rourke screaming about, so the Guardians, if they jump us, they're the 1 seed? Yo. Yeah.
I don't know what I'd want more because...
I think we want the 1.
You want the 1. You don't want to face the Astros in the 5-game set. They got the 3 left. They got lefties.
If you get the 1, you push off Astros
Ooh.
kind of as much as
What?
possible.
Less Astros, the better. Better chance in 5 than 7.
I don't know, but it is weird that you should reseed. It should reseed. I don't know why they don't reseed, because they have so much like preparation and fields and all that stuff. And I guess I don't know.
Right.
Book hotels.
Yeah. So right now the Yankees are the 1 seed, and they will face the winner of the Royals and Orioles, which is really like aesthetically pleasing series for me, just like color and youth and like energy wise.
Well, yeah, that's the Bobby Witt Gunner Bowl. So that'd be good for baseball in that way.
Oh, yeah.
Houston's Houston.
And then it becomes the Volpe Gunner Bowl.
Oswaldo.
All right. Astros and the Twins play the 3-6. Twins are still in it? Boston, you stink. Not really. They got 12 wins over the White Sox.
Oh, dude, these games are massive for Seattle. They're 2 games out of the wild card.
That's awesome.
I didn't put that together.
So they're going to really try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that worrying you?
Castilla's out.
You sound worried.
They have pitchers on pitchers. Well, no, I guess it's a good thing and a bad thing, because like they'll be broken if the Yankees do something good.
Yeah, the games
So I
mattered
like
for the Red Sox.
that.
They thought they were still in
Right,
it.
but they're a bad team. Seattle can pitch.
Yeah. Did you see the at-bat Randy Arozarena had the other day?
Maybe.
He stepped out before the pitcher threw the ball, the first 3 pitches. Stepped out of the box. And then on the 3-0 pitch was visibly gearing up and then jacked a homer.
Baited.
It's unbelievable.
You got.
You got to see it. It's wait, you have it? Oh, Beebs, watch it. Hopefully we see this. That's crazy. So the first one's a slider, and you think he's bragging that he has a tell, maybe? Because I think the second one is a slider too, and it's like, all right, well, before you even throw it,
Right.
he's not interested in that.
No thanks.
But then the third pitch, I think, is a fastball, and he still steps out. It's 2-0. Like you would sometimes swing here. Was that a changeup? Was that 84 or 94?
It was 94.
So fastball.
94.
Yeah. And then here, look at him in the box. Look at his feet. He gets so active and movie, and his hands are going, and he's just like a video game, and then cranks one. I hope he doesn't do that against the Yankees, but I hope he does some theatric stuff.
For him.
Yo, that is one of the more bullying at-bats I've seen in a while.
That's Randy.
I'm excited.
Good to see him.
I'm excited to see Randy again.
Justin Turner, couple old AL East guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Justin Turner. All right. Well, I'm excited. So this matters for Seattle. They're 2 out. Tigers are out. I mean, who are the Twins playing, dude? Are they going to...
Cleveland, they might. Cleveland's had their number this year.
They walked them off yesterday? Or no, they 8th inning homer. Cleveland, Boston, Miami, and Baltimore. So that's going to be Houston at Tigers.
Could be.
Wow. Hinch.
Inch.
Yeah.
Scooble.
Screwball. You changed it. To Boone we go?
To Boone we go. Boone is brought to you by, well, how about our DraftKings Daily Fantasy League?
DFS.
Go sign up for that. Every week, John Boy Media, a bunch of our people here, we compete in it. Your guy, Joe's McFly, finished 4th last week.
Hey.
How do you like that? And if Joe's can do it, you can do it. At the DraftKings Sportsbook, get in on the action. It's not too late to sign up for tonight's contest. Click the link in the description and have some fun. Make a lineup. Compete. That's what we've been asking the Yanks.
There's a link.
Boone.
Welcome back to another Bantering with Boone, brought to you by Beatbox. Booney, coming to us from Seattle. You guys got in yesterday, I think?
We got in Sunday. We flew after the game Sunday, so got in later Sunday here. Probably got to the hotel around 10 o'clock, and then a little off day yesterday in Seattle.
What's do you have any must go to spots, like a routine in Seattle, or
Not really. Kind of woke up when I woke up. A little breakfast, workout.
not really?
Went to dinner, watched the Eagles lose, and
that was tough.
Oh.
yeah, and then watched a little baseball in and around it. Kind of a lazy day for the most part.
What's your football fandom? Do you yell at the TV? Do you make audible noises? You know, when that ball gets dropped, like what's your reaction?
Okay.
Okay. All right. That's nice.
I'll make some noises. Well, I'm fist pumping, and
You're not doing what Joe's McFly does?
No.
Okay. All right.
Eagle solo, Tommy Canley come through.
I saw Tommy in the morning, jerseyed up and ready to go, but we didn't do it together. I watched with Mike Harkey in my room.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dudes.
I've been doing this thing lately where I give the agenda of the show before we go. So I figured I'd run you through what we got on the sheet here. We got the Devers walk, the rotation, skipping and setting, and a section we're calling like, what do we call it? Playoff preparations questions. So that's all everything we got. Then trivia. Oh, and Weaver. I'll start with Weaver. That's a fun one. Is Weaver walking around the clubhouse differently these days?
No. He always walks around. Weave's awesome, man. He's got a great light around him. A kind of a joy that he walks through life with. Real quirky sense of humor that everyone's kind of seen a little bit this year. But also very, very competitive when he gets between the lines. So I wouldn't say much change in when he's not out there with the ball. I would say he's Weave.
Okay. Yeah, and I obviously we don't know him on a personal level yet. Maybe one day, maybe this offseason. Oh, Jimmy can't meet him. This is the first player Jimmy's become like a fan of again.
Oh.
Like childhood, like energy kicking in.
Yeah, so I can't meet him because I'll ruin it. That means he's just a normal human. Yeah.
So since you guys have become experts now, you found
no. Gary, Tanaka, and then since Tanaka, there's just been and CC and Gardy left, so there's just been a gap.
Edwin Encarnacion for me, seeing that old thick guy carrying the parrot around the bases. That's baseball.
Yeah. I hear you.
His cutter to Casas on 3-2 to open to the first batter of the inning, I thought that is just took balls of steel and like kind of cements that he's good in this role. He hadn't thrown a cutter in that at bat, and it's 3-2, and if you walk him, that's a tough way to start an inning. And he just backdoored it. It was awesome.
It's a good pitch for him, and one he's got a lot of confidence in. He's actually played with the shape a little bit, so doing a little bit different for a right-handed hitter. That's I feel like interesting. So. Look, he's obviously throwing the ball great.
Yep. All right. With the Cole and the Devers situation, I have a question that I don't know if you've been asked. When Cole puts up the four fingers, did the umpire look at you?
Yeah, ultimately, I'm the one that's got to sign off on it, and so, yeah. So I mean,
I was for all my strict, literalists out there reading the rule book because it says only the manager can ask. So I was
So Marvin looked over at me. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's less fun. I thought it was going to be like, wow.
Put an appeal out there.
They broke the rules.
No.
I guess in the preparation process, because honestly, dude, we kind of loved the post game. It was great. Wells had a great interview. Cole's interview, your interview. Like everyone did great and talked about the process. I guess the pre-process of being like, hey, this game we might operate around Devers a little bit, which we've supported that narrative. I think after one of the Boston series, we hit you with a couple Devers and you kind of shoot us away a little bit. I guess what would have changed in the pre-process that for that Devers at bat where Cole's rolling, he's no hit up into that point. I guess what would you have changed discussion-wise that, hey, in that situation, that's not the time we need to walk Devers?
All right. So I don't want to litigate this much more, but I was just going to be open to more scenarios where I was going to keep it in play, essentially. And then, just feel like in the moment, I didn't do a good enough job of communicating at the highest level. Like the game's going to throw you stuff that make it gray. It's what we talk about all the time. There's gray things to talk about. You try and eliminate those as best you can. You want to be black and white, especially in the way you're communicating and working through things, whether it's in preparation, whether it's in real time and those things. And, this is one of those where I feel like I didn't well enough, and ultimately that's on me. And, so we'll hopefully learn and grow from it, be better for it moving forward, and now we're onward, man. We're in Seattle. That's a ways away, a long ways in the rearview mirror now, and like my focus is completely forward now, and we start a big series with a team that's rolling a little bit right now, and we're going to see some good pitching up here in Seattle.
I liked what your answer. You're like, hey, once we scored the run, it's 1-0. You know, we probably should have taken it off. I thought people were giving too much credit to that being the focus of the whole outing. What did you see from Cole the rest of the way that led to the struggles and you know, a bad outing? So.
Yeah, I think he just got a little out of sorts, lost his command a little bit. So obviously, you know, he hit a couple batters, you know, fell behind a couple batters, and then was in the heart of the plate just too much with some pitches. So, you know, it turned into, I felt like he obviously got off to a good start on that day. And then, you know, an inning and a half there where, you know, they strung some at bats together against them and kind of hurt us there.
Do you, cause Cora talked a little bit about it in his post game and the pregame for them the next day. I mean, do you tune into that? Do you care? Is that like, it's none of my business type situation or what?
Yeah. I mean, tune in maybe a little strong, but I hear what people say, or when another manager or another player says something in regards in and around our team and it's in the series, you know, it's brought to me. So I get those things. You know, I think Alex is just probably using it as a little bit of a rallying cry for his team in the moment, you know, trying to, you know, light that little fire as they're kind of on, you know, fighting for their playoff lives too. And, you know, tried to probably use it as a little bit of a little motivating factor, a little gamesmanship, whatever. And, you know, the good thing is we were able to bounce back and get a big win on getaway day.
With the rotation, you're skipping Stroman 1 and pushing him to the pen. And then have you confirmed, is it Heel, Nestor, Schmidt in this series in Seattle?
Yes.
So then Cole is going to get the ball Friday, or is that not determined yet?
Yes.
Okay. And then after that, you have an off day in there. Is there a plan to return to a 5-man?
No, we are a 5-man right now.
Oh, yeah. So that's what I meant. What determines the next time through the rotation? Like, what are the factors you're looking for? Is it looking at Heel and Schmidt? I mean, Nestor looked good, or is it?
Yeah, I mean, but I'm planning on going through with this certainly for the week and into the off day, and then we'll see where we're at. You know, obviously we'll get home, we got Baltimore, and we'll see where we are standing wise, and we'll just try and line up the best we can. Internally,
is there a timeline that you think a player should be informed if, hey, we're not viewing you as a starter in the postseason. We think you can best serve the club in this role. We want to get you some reps out there, or, you know, yeah. I mean, when you make that decision or you come to that, but we're not there yet. We haven't been there, you know, so we're just kind of, you know, taking this series by series. We talk through things, what makes the most sense, where are we in the standings, all those kind of things. And then hopefully we get to the end and we have some difficult decisions to make, because guys are making them difficult, and we'll line up the best we can. I'd like you to be 4 games up before you go into Baltimore. Is that too big of an ask?
I hope. We'll see. You never know.
Maybe 5.
No, it's all right.
Okay.
Because I still want some juice. I don't want to I don't want to take the foot off the pedal in Baltimore. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to get comfy. Come on, Jake.
Smart. That's my bad. Another, I guess, pseudo playoff thing / also ties to the team. Obviously, Verdugo, Dominguez. But I guess, you know, whether it's a given day. What's that?
I didn't hear that in the rundown.
That wasn't in Jimmy's rundown. That was in my rundown.
It was part of playoff prep.
But sometimes in playoff, you guys like to surprise them with a little something. That's what I'm doing here.
Okay. That
if either way, if one of those guys is on the bench, 2 of them, who knows? I guess pinch hitting is something that can come into play a lot in the postseason. I mean, you have an extended bench and you've got guys that you like to use. Is that something that when these guys, whoever gets the start, are we going to be looking towards even doing that in maybe situations that might not fully call for it, but to give them some reps doing that?
Not necessarily that. I mean, if I feel like it's the right move in the moment, then it'll be that. I wouldn't say necessarily we're doing things to get reps right now.
Okay.
I mean, we're doing things to try and win right now. So, yeah, I mean, but everyone's got to be ready for any situation and any role. And that's, it takes those things that, roles alter or evolve or change a little bit as you move through the end of the season. And then what you hope's even the playoffs, and you got to be ready for all of it.
With you had a quote that I thought was insightful. You're saying Verdugo, you got him 2 in a row, and Dominguez 4 out of 5. Is that kind of the strategy? You don't want anyone to get too many games off without getting some like bunched up games to get into a rhythm.
Yeah, and especially again going back to Doogie. I mean, Doogie's swung the bat well for a few weeks now and feel like he's in a pretty good rhythm. So I want to keep that going. But obviously there's a priority in making sure Jason's playing regularly. So trying to keep those guys moving. We get Wu tonight, who's obviously, got really good stuff. And it's been great against lefties. So I got a heavy left-handed lineup. I got Jason and Verdugo in there tonight. So you pick your spots with that. Still value in the rest day here every now and then for Giancarlo, or getting Aaron off his feet for a game. So DHing today out of the off day. So picking spots like that.
When was it? You had a crazy lefty lineup where it was just Judge and Glaber were the only righties. Was that last series or 2 series ago?
Did we have one of those?
I think so.
That's tonight. Buckle up.
That's tonight. So is Oswaldo playing short?
Yeah, I got Oswaldo short.
With Volpe, he had a tough September last year, and the thought was, or what you guys said was like, just thinking tired end of season, played every single game.
Yeah,
it's looking the same here. Is that thought get him off his feet a little bit, get him rested?
Yeah, a little bit. But again, wanting to keep Oswaldo mixing in every now and then too, and especially because Oswaldo hasn't played a ton of short with all the. Volpe's obviously played a ton. So there really hasn't been many reps. But as we move forward, just wanting to keep that in play a little bit, wanting to keep Oswaldo playing a little bit, feel like he's swinging the bat well from the left side. And then, I think Volpe's good, physically, like where he's at in the season. But I think there's always value in grabbing a guy a day or two when you can. When you've gone through the long grind of the season, especially like he has at such an important position.
Did you have the Oswaldo with a glove on line lined up, or was that natural? That was a good one. I want to give you snaps for that. That was good.
What'd I say?
I forget if it's the pregame or postgame, but people were asking Oswaldo questions. You're like, I like when Oswaldo's got a glove on. That was kind of your like, I like if he's playing out there for us. That was good. I liked it.
Hey, yeah, that was an impromptu.
Okay.
Oswaldo's been really good, especially from the left side lately. His last 108 plate appearances, he's got a 313 batting average, 368 on base from the left side. So
yeah, I really feel like he's made some really good strides this year offensively. I feel like he's controlling the zone better. I feel like he's impacting the ball a little bit better. I just feel like he's giving you a good at bat more consistently. And it's a product of all the work he's put in and getting some opportunities and like where he's at right now.
This also wasn't on the agenda, but I want to talk about it. I forgot to put it on the agenda. There's been a lot of odd base running the last week or so from Verdugo. Jazz got picked off twice and caught stealing. And
what was Verdugo?
Verdugo thrown out at second twice.
Just the stretching out.
Just stretching it.
I mean, hit a ball off the wall.
Yeah. Well,
Wasn't a perfect throw.
Good
Like,
throws.
there's a base running stat that has the Yankees as worst, least value base running. And for a while, we just didn't have speed. And it was like, yeah, well, we don't have speed on the roster. Now we got speed. And, Jazz was 10 for 10 and pretty clean. And then we've ran into a bunch.
So I would say overall this year we've moved the needle and been better base running wise as far as eliminating some of the mistakes, that we ran into a fair amount last year. Feel like we haven't done that as much. And some of that value being down is because, for much of the year, it's been really Volpe from obviously bringing in Jazz has changed things a little bit. Bringing in Jason now changes things a little bit, makes us a little more dynamic on the base pass. I feel like Judgy's done a real good job all year of picking his spots. The two Jazzes this series, look, and this was a series where we, gave too many outs on the bases, obviously. The one with Jazz, Wells, actually, I thought stuck it, like nailed the double steal. And then he got out there. He felt like he sunk down too much and kind of killed his momentum. So he stopped, but he was a little bit in no man's land there. And Jazz has got to paying attention and move with him, and probably just got a little too far. But Austin might have got a little too far too, to where Jazz had to commit. So we got caught there. And then the other one that Jazz got picked off on, we thought the clock went down to 0. And actually, I thought it was very heads up by Jazz of going on 0, and felt like that could have been called a violation because we felt like the clock was 0. I thought it was actually kind of heads up by Jazz. You could say maybe heads up by the pitcher of saying, but that's what happened in that spot.
Okay. Yeah.
And I don't know what do we have another one?
No, Jazz just got straight thrown out once or twice.
Oh, yeah, I like that because we were pushing the envelope. I actually wanted him going first pitch there, which he did. Thought he got a decent jump. They made a great throw. That's where I think we had 2 outs. We had a lead. I wanted to try and get into scoring position. Who was hitting behind him to maybe grab another run. So I was just being uber aggressive in that situation, just based on time of game, score.
I like using the word Uber, taking the word back from the company. Which is right. Good. Yeah. No, I don't know, but the straight caught stealing, I don't mind. The pickoffs, obviously, the Wells one, it's just, I understand what you're saying, but still it ends up being like, that gives them up outs.
That's one of those fine lines. One of the things I feel like we've done really well here, especially in this last month, is some big double steals, from first and second. So I don't want to eliminate that.
Yeah, Judge was leading a double steal with Jazz.
And we've had some big ones here, in the last. Again, I feel like in the last month, like in big times of the game, impactful steals. So that was just one of those that, Austin felt like his momentum got killed enough. I felt like he actually got a really good. I thought he had it, and we got caught.
When you're putting a double steal on in that situation, this is I guess just a novice question, because you guys throw out, your catchers throw to the trail runner. So when Jazz is the trail runner, is there any thought to being like, hey, they're not going to get him because he's much faster? Like, are other teams throwing to the trail runner more as well or?
Every team's different.
Yeah. That's a strategy you guys kind of have been doing, I think.
Yeah, we do both.
Okay. All right.
Depends. What it's magic number season a little bit, Booney. The magic number's at 3.
3
now
for the playoffs.
For the playoffs.
Can't happen tonight.
Tomorrow. I go back, the story that cracks me up is the COVID celebration year. The story is you guys all met up in like one of the conference rooms and did a glass champagne cheers.
That's right.
Is it party, magic number celebrate, win the division celebrate? Because I guess that's not guaranteed, or is it?
If we were to get into the playoffs, I think we'd celebrate.
Okay. I'm good with it.
And then the division again, another one.
Yep. Hopefully we got a handful of celebrations coming our way. But
All right. Say you go 6-0.
gotta get there first.
Say you
What's
go.
that?
Say you guys go 6-0 on this West Coast trip. Just say, and the Orioles go 0-6. Who would you pay? And now you guys have won the division, and there's just fun to be had in the Pittsburgh series. Who would you pick to be player manager, pitching coach?
Ooh.
Those were fun days when the Yanks would do those in the late 90s.
Yeah. Hopefully we're in that position, and then you just got to stay tuned. We'll see.
I mean, Garrett Cole
Well,
is the so
Yeah,
maybe he
almost.
already is.
Yeah, he wouldn't count.
He's like the player pitching coach.
Yeah.
Rodon would be a good one for a day. I feel like he'd have the
Creative.
walk down.
Yeah. We get creative.
So
Where's Verdugo's legs at? Last we heard, you said he was beat up, or feeling things and picking his spots, and then we did see him try to stretch some singles to doubles. So, is that a health factor thing that we're in the clear now, or is it still picking his spots wisely to go and conserve?
Yeah. I think, overall he's doing pretty well. So,
Yeah, the bat he's been hitting.
but yeah, I think still picking his spots, but I feel like he's moving pretty well right now, and has beat some things out and obviously, pushed the envelope, on some extra base hits too. So hopefully that's a good thing.
it's little us being fake beat writers. Are we gonna see Trivino or Poteet, Lou Trivino or Poteet, coming up?
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
One more question before trivia. You didn't get ejected in the month of August, and I was wondering why.
Wow.
Yeah, it might be your longest span. I don't know how to look that up. This season, you got ejected like June 22nd, July 22nd, or April 22nd, May 22nd, July 22nd, every month in
Really?
the 20s. Yeah, I had it up earlier. And then August, nothing. So the people are kind of wondering what happened.
I don't know. Maybe some more solid umpiring.
Good answer.
Oh, the other question. You guys are great at challenges this year. Every year since 2020, you guys have been getting better and better on your overturn rate. Has the process changed, or is that just nature of the game?
Yeah, no, that's nature of the game. I think one of the things we always talk about is, you don't want to you don't want to leave anything out there, but it's also not like, it's not a lottery ticket. You're not just, if that makes sense. So feel like if there's a 20% chance they overturn it. Well, if you have clear cut evidence, here's what it comes down to. That 15 seconds gets tight sometimes.
Yeah.
So, Webby's so good at just being calm, efficient, seeing it all, just the mechanics of it. But there's certain ones that are getting real close down to the end, and sometimes you got to make a decision based on you don't have everything yet. So it's like, all right, where are we in the game? What did I see with my eyes a little bit? I think sometimes you need to take a chance. And what if it's the seventh inning and you don't have conclusive, but you think there's a chance, you saw something with your eyes, maybe you got to challenge something because you might leave it on the table and you missed something. So I don't know. The percentage is great, but I don't think that's everything.
Okay. Your rookie year's manager is amazing. I don't know if it can be replicated. 74% overturned.
That's a lot of, that's Webby's really good at this.
And then in 2021, it's almost like you guys forgot you could do it. You only challenged 10 times. That was bizarre. So I'm just looking at this page in front of me. Do you wish there was a cooler way to do it? Like, this signal kind of stinks.
Yeah.
It's the worst signal in all sports.
Yeah, maybe. Because especially I get down to the end, I'm looking and I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah. When managers do it fast, it looked like just crazy, like my toddler hitting
Well,
herself.
because that
hurt
clock
yourself.
starts ticking down. It's
Yeah.
at 1 second, and you haven't got the call one way or the other yet. So you're like,
You know, everywhere else in the world just draws a square besides the U.S. Like every other international sport.
for the challenge.
Yeah, they just draw a square. But the U.S., we throw a flag. We do this.
Yeah.
Flag's pretty good. We can
It'd
bring
be
that.
get aggressive. Managers are throwing their gums all the
Yeah.
time anyway. You know.
I wish I had a flag.
Boone
in
threw a
my-
ball at the Blue
yellow
Jays.
flag.
Well, who'd
That'd
you
be
throw
good.
a ball at? Was it the Blue Jays? I forget.
I drop my yellow flag on you guys all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We disregard it.
Let's get you out with trivia. Trivia is presented by Beatbox. Beatbox, the perfect pairing for a Yanks game. Do yourself a favor and hit the link in the description to find a Beatbox near you. We kind of had a little walk-off week going on for a minute. Didn't hate that. That was fun. So this is, basic stuff. Who hit the Yankees' last walk-off home run?
Is it this year?
It is not this year.
Oh.
I'm going to give you another one, and that, again, I think my date
I'll
is
say
right.
Aaron Judge.
Always a good guess. How about the other guy that you'd probably...
Giancarlo Stanton.
Giancarlo Stanton. 2022. The Pittsburgh game where Judge hit his 60th, and then Stanton walked it off.
That was our last walk-off homer.
Last walk-off homer. So I doubt we get one on the road trip, but maybe the Orioles series. That we
There's a famous, I forget who the manager is, but a beat writer asked a long time ago, it seems like all of your walk-off wins come at home. Is there a reason for that? Serious question.
tough.
Did you have a serious answer?
No, it wasn't
Wasn't
asked
it?
of me. This is a famous question,
It's a good
20
one.
years ago or whatever.
It's funny.
If you do it on the road, I owe you. Whatever you
Yeah.
want.
2020.
Rosario walked us off at
Yeah.
home.
That was that was a weird time.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. Thanks, Booney. Enjoy Seattle.
All right. See you guys.
See ya.
Go Yanks.
That was Aaron Boone. This is Jake Storielli.
Mando. Mando has changed our office, and maybe it could change your life. Mando, the whole body deodorant at this point. Yes, whole body. Dermatologist tested and gentle on all your bits. Hello. Pits, packages, belly buttons, butt cracks, anything that could stink on you. Hit it with Mando. It's American made, and the Mando starter pack is perfect for new customers. Comes with solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, like the mini body wash or deodorant wipes, and free shipping. And we have a discount code for you. Code YANKS saves you 40% off your starter pack. So go check this out. This is something you will use at some point. ShopMando.com. SHOP Mando. MANDO.com. There's a link in the description. Shop Mando. Change the whole smell of the office.
I'm probably going to use some tonight.
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah.
Got to double up.
Yeah. So, real quick, what we learned before we get into sharp stats from Boone there. Volpe does get the day off. Oswaldo does start at short.
Interesting.
Interesting that he says, because Volpe's been starting so much there. Like,
Right.
yeah, because you're starting him.
You guys did that.
That's odd to me.
Yeah, the more we were sniffing out Brian Wu, who's starting before the game, his numbers versus righties are
Really good.
really good. So, yeah, I mean, again, this is... I wish we could, show this example 2 months ago and be like, hey, if there's a tough righty, you could sit Volpe.
That was the most
reps.
intense debate we had, right?
Yeah.
About hey, you don't have to run him into the ground.
Right.
Get him a day off.
Funny. Good.
Interesting.
Kind of makes me a little more excited to watch tonight.
Dude, Oswaldo.
The stand part is tough because if it was a playoff game, G would be out there, but
Yeah.
he'll also pinch hit. But I wonder if they see a pitcher that has significant splits, they could sit G for a game.
In the postseason, you're saying?
Yeah.
I wonder, because you're going to get on the pinch hit anyway.
Right.
Yeah, interesting.
But I don't love G pinch hitting. And now how funny is it that we can almost have a 2-lefty lineup?
Dude.
Like too many lefties?
Stan's been great pinch hitting this year.
Yeah, this year.
Yeah. Hey,
Last
what
couple times doing
what have
it.
you done for me lately? You
Right.
know? He's maybe the best pinch hitter in the whole league. Can't be.
Should have made that wall just a little smaller.
Still counted. Do you want me to find the best pinch hitter in the league this year?
Sure.
This is my sharp stat. Best pinch hitter in the league this season is, do a drum roll for about. Oh, that's the team. Fuck.
Oh, God.
I have Randall Grichuk.
Obviously.
Baltimore's the best pinch hitting team. Holy shit, dude. Baltimore has a 330 batting average, 392 on base, and 838 OPS as pinch hitters.
Do that more. Pinch hit every at bat.
Worst pinch hitting team in the league. Let's move on. It's your New York Yankees. It's your New York Yankees.
Donovan Solano's been good.
So I don't know if Stan has it.
Corner Yankee.
Ryan O'Hearn's been good.
Stan's 2 for
Explains
5.
the Orioles.
Ben Rice, 1 for 3. Oh my goodness. Trent Grisham, 0 for 6.
Easy.
Austin Wells, 13 plate appearances, pinch hitting. All right. Damn. Tough stat. Here's a different one.
Yeah, better stats.
Kinda.
Hey guys, it's the Queen of Stats, and this week I want to look at a sort of a macro trend here in Major League Baseball this season, and that's the unprecedented parity that we have going on right now. And what I'm talking about really is just the lack of a dominant team and just a lot of teams that are, just pretty good. So there's a lot of different ways to measure parity, but I'm just going to kind of keep it simple with like wins and win percentage and number of teams reaching certain thresholds. So first of all, I just want to note that all of these stats are entering Monday and are for full seasons only. So we're excluding, the COVID years and some of the strike shortened years. So first of all, the Phillies, they lead MLB in wins right now, and they're on pace to finish with just 97 wins. So the last time the MLB leader in wins had 97 or fewer wins was 2013, when the Red Sox and Cardinals both had 97. And the last time only one team at the top with 97 or fewer wins was 2010, when the Phillies had 97. So that's kind of just the tippy top of Major League Baseball. Now let's just zoom in a little bit further, or zoom out a little bit further and say only 2 teams, the Dodgers and the Phillies, are on pace to finish with 95 or more wins. And since MLB expanded to 30 teams in 1998, there's only one other season where there were 2 or fewer teams with 95 plus wins, and that was in 2007 when the Red Sox and Indians had 96 each. And now we're kind of getting into there's just a lot of sort of good teams. So what I did is I looked at the number of teams that finished a season with a win percentage between 500 and 580. So there are 15 teams that are on pace to finish with a win percentage between 500 and 580 this season. And that would be the most ever in a single season. Now let's zoom in on the American League, since those are the teams that the Yankees have to get through in order to reach the World Series. So the Yankees are the leader in wins, and they're on pace to finish with 94. And the last time that no AL team had 95 or more wins was 1974, when the Orioles had 91. And we've seen it especially here in the AL East over the past 3 months. So since June 15th, this is crazy. Every team in the AL East has between 37 and 40 wins and between 40 and 42 losses. No team has a winning record, and the Yankees are actually the worst at 4 games under 500 with a 37 and 41 mark since June 15th. That's parity, guys. And if the Yankees can just get their act together, this is their chance to kind of go through a league that really doesn't have a dominant team right now.
Interesting. That AL East stat's weird.
It is weird. It's felt that way.
Yeah.
Them and the Orioles. I
Yeah.
mean.
So every AL East team since June 15th has between 37 and 40 wins and 40 and 42 losses. So who's the worst? Like the Blue Jays? Are they 37 and 42 since June?
Yankees are
The Yankees are the worst.
Oh, the Yankees are the worst. Sorry, I remember that.
It feels like everyone's kind of under 510.
Oh, I am.
I am. I'm wearing under 510. My pants right now. Oh no, you missed them. My pants are a tour of the solar system. Under 5'10", chinos, joggers, button-down shirts, hoodies, tees. And know what I like to tell people about under 5'10"? It's for if you're under 5'10". It fits. That's normally a nice moment that I exchange with another person who's under 5'10". When they're like, hey, what's the deal with that under 5'10"? I say, yeah. Today I would show them the pants I'm wearing. I would tell them, wow, the pants stop where pants are supposed to stop. My mom doesn't have to hem them. If you're a shorter guy that is looking stylish and comfortable, under 5'10" is your solution. Special promo for our viewers, $10 off coupon. Bang. Hit the link in the description to see our favorites. Get yourself some under 5'10" if you're under 5'10".
Jake, not sure if you saw this. I saw Joel Sherman on MLB Network talking about the Yankees, and he was saying something that was literally almost, not word for word, but what I texted you guys out of rage 2 weeks ago during the Cubs series. And then they opened with this. They showed all the base running blunders recently, which has been really bad when they show it. And it's like, this was in
Tough
four
montage.
games.
Yeah.
They're the worst base running team this season. And listen to what Joel Sherman says, because it's the same thing I texted you guys when I was real mad at the team.
At every game, I'm always keep score, and I keep on the side all the dumb plays I think I see in a game. And I do this all year for the Yankees. The Yankees are going to out-talent you. That's what they did yesterday. Judge hit a 2-run homers. They got good, especially relief pitching. Rodon was good. They out-talented the other team. When they don't out-talent the team, I'm telling you, they are not good at baseball. They're bad at base running. They're bad at fundamentals. They have a lot of guys who don't play hard 100% of the time. They have more talent than the other teams in the American League. If they get beat in the postseason, this is why they're going to get beat.
And in the postseason, home runs certainly can win a lot of games.
That is exactly my same sentiment.
Yeah.
But I texted you guys, so I was like, damn, that's exactly what I texted when I was freaking out and just so annoyed with them. I pulled those texts. I said, team sucks, man. They're bad at baseball. As a unit, they're fundamentally flawed when it comes to the sport between the skills. That's what I said to you guys. And hearing that, I was like, damn, Joe knows ball. And Boone's never going to give an answer on that, but like, it is scary how many poor plays they make a game.
That's what they want to be. That's why Boone was brought in as manager. They have Cole, who they gave the biggest contract to a pitcher. They gave Judge $400 million. They're about to give Soto $400 million. Like, they think the Yankees is having the best names, and in a way, it is. But dude, like all the great Yankee teams played clean and like were super accountable with like running to first and making the plays you're supposed to play. Like that's the secondary thing they're missing right now is like, and it's kind of what Houston has had. Like Houston, if you make a mistake or if you bobble the ball, like Bregman's going to beat out that play at first base. And Houston's prioritized high-level defense, except Altuve to this point. I mean, his range has gotten limited as he's gotten older, but he still makes the plays. And if he doesn't, he hits 3 home runs. So, like, between Bregman, Pena, their outfield defense, Jordan gets overlooked so much. And that's the team we're going to have to beat. Like, the Yankees may have the most talent this year. They also could not.
Yeah. Well, what's up, Joel?
Joel's on it first.
All right. Anything else about the division being wide open and the league being wide open? It's good for baseball, bad for baseball. We'll see.
Yeah, it feels like the same conversation of like let's see more of it. But I mean that Katie shirt, the stat that got me, because I don't know. I guess there's years with high win totals and low win totals, and I mean I think some of those years also probably got boosted by what we talked about, like teams playing this year's White Sox or that year. What was it? Who went under? The Rays went 18-1 against the Orioles or whatever it was, and it was like, oh, okay. Like, that's almost just as problematic as anything, that's dictating seasons. But seeing that 15 teams are in that, 500 to 580 win percentage window, that's the concern because that's what teams are going to aim for now because they just want to make the playoffs
54%.
and then pray.
I know. That's what bums me out is like the league with expanding to all the – they want to expand to more teams. They want to expand the playoffs. Then you're just going to get all these teams just hovering around barely good. Not barely good, but, you know.
Yeah.
Not,
Sub-elite.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
this
Not juggernaut.
This Seattle Mariners team that we just said is playing for their season, they're 77 and 73. Like, if the Yankees come in and stomp them, the conversation's going to be, are the Mariners going to finish 500? So that's kind of the whole point.
Yeah. Ooh. With the Mariners, I kind of wish they were good.
They should be good. They're kind of like a flaw.
They just we're
They should be better.
disappointing this year.
Yeah, come on. All right, well, enjoy the Mariners tonight. Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.
Bam, 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 bam. Ba-dum, bam, bam.